Marcus Freeman, one of the coolest dudes of all time. He's about to be, we are here. This is what we're going to do. We have a house where we already built a goddamn team. We're going to get going. Congrats to Marcus Freeman.
There we go. Is that the Dick Corbett head football coach? Is that like the pit?
Marcus Freeman, Dick Corbett, head foot. Imagine if Corbett's last name was Pound.
Oh, man.
And we were able to get back-to-back days of Dick Pound references. I mean, that would have been a big-time thing for us. Dick Pound, by the way, Olympian. Get off our ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, congrats, Marcus Freeman. Happy for him.
Boy, Marcus.
The moment where the strength coach, who is usually the closest with the team, because you're with it. There's not as many rules for how much time the strength coach can be with the team. The strength coach is with the team at 6:30 in the morning, all off season, all summer. When the coaches are recruiting, the strength coach is the closest coach to the team. So the strength coach has to have a great relationship with the team. I think in most places, I've heard that some places did not get along with their strength coach. I don't know how that would be possible without quitting or leaving or entering the transfer portal, because the strength coach's job is to turn you from a boy into a young adult. You hear stories of people putting on 30, 40, 50 pounds of muscle. That doesn't just happen because you get older. That happens because you're in that weight room for hours and hours, drinking protein shakes and other nutritional things that are taking place that are all structured by the strength coach. So the strength coach is technically for everybody. Where some coaches have to pick and choose who plays, who doesn't play, who they like, who they don't like. The strength coach should feel like an ally. The strength coach is for everybody being better, because that is what they are going to be judged off of. So the strength coach at Notre Dame introducing Marcus Freeman as the head coach, who was already a coach there, I think was a brilliant idea. I think it was a very good idea. In that reaction from the Notre Dame players, if you have not seen the video, you should go check it out.
It's awesome.
Now, Cynic says, those kids' scholarships are now being controlled by that guy.
Sure.
Those kids' future are now being controlled by that guy. Those kids' playing time are now being controlled by that guy. But that felt like a genuine reaction for a coach that they had a lot of respect for, a coach that they saw as an assistant, a coach that they saw as a defensive coordinator, somebody they could relate to, much younger. I assume, I don't know him that well. I got a chance to chat with him at Cincinnati's training camp a couple years ago. He's probably vastly different than Brian Kelly as a person. That team felt like, hey, we're not going to miss a step here. And if Marcus Freeman can win at Notre Dame, he's very young. He'll be there
until he retires.
Forever.
Unless he wants to go coach in the NFL.
And Notre Dame will take care. That's like the big thing. Like Brian Kelly going to LSU and acting like Notre Dame was like a small thing.
Yeah.
That was fascinating to me.
Because and they'll never forget that.
Yeah, that was they will not. He will not get a hero's welcome, I don't think, back because of what he did. But Marcus Freeman has a chance to really set himself up here in his coaches, which are young. You saw Tommy Reese, very young. If you went, this video is incredible. Here he is. This Marcus Freeman gets introduced here by the strength coach, and I think the players are just finding out. Let's go, he says. Hey, that's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like genuine excitement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you'll see a lot of the college players for their coaches excited. But the coaches have eyes.
Yeah, right.
And if you're, and then somebody's, all right. Okay, let's assume that person's life is going to be tough, whether it's getting their scholarship removed or losing playing time, or just in conditioning or cardio in the summer. Oh, there's a different time that this particular position group has to make until old buddy potentially
let's make this guy quit.
Leaves. Yeah. So there is so normally my natural reaction whenever I see college players excited about their coach, I'm like, well, they fucking have to be. Like there's literally no other option. You have to dive a little deeper to see if it felt real. Feels like Marcus Freeman's got that team. And I assume with Notre Dame's backing and Notre Dame's national television every fucking week on NBC, and with his young ability, I think they're going to continue to be a wagon. I think Notre Dame's in maybe the best position they've been in a long time. And that's saying a lot whenever you lose your coach midweek out of nowhere before a potential college football playoff berth. I mean, that is insane to think about, but I think that all parties are much better off here. Coach JB, Marcus Freeman, he gets the head coaching gig. And I talked about the strength coach and how important the strength coach is because they're with you all day, every day. They are literally the ones who are supposed to be on everybody's team, just trying to make everybody better. It's a great relationship. And the way Notre Dame had him introduce Freeman is like to the team, like, hey, this is going to be your new head coach. I take everything with a grain of salt. Like, okay, these kids have to be fake happy at least for this head coach because he controls their futures now. There's scholarships, their playing time. But that video of him coming in and them swarming him, it seems like he is beloved in that locker room with that team. I don't think they're going to miss a beat, JB, just because of that video. You know, you have to kind of sort through the shit that the players have to give their love, but it felt genuine there for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a setup, obviously, for him to break through the doors like fucking Superman. But that part of it. But the real thing is, he's a recruiter on that staff. He's a go-getter, and he's probably got the heartbeat of that team, 90% of them at least. And so that I'm sure that's 90% real. And those kids probably love him for staying, not going. And you know, the true testament, man, if you look at this thing is nobody followed Kelly, no staff member. So, you know, there's an old buddy of mine told me a story when he was at Michigan State with Saban. Saban called the staff and said, listen, man, I'm on the tarmac. I took the job at LSU. Meet me at the airport. And nobody showed. Oh. No coach met him at the airport. And some coaches don't want to grind the Saban way. Some coaches don't want to be faked out and fall for the okie doke, the Kelly way. So there's two different thought processes. One of them is a work grinder-holic. You know, they call Nick Satan for a reason, right? Because he grinds you. But at the same time, Coach Kelly has been, in our world, is known as a kind of a bullshitter and a liar to his staff. And it's ironic how you don't get half the staff to follow Saban. You don't get nobody to follow Kelly for different reasons. And I think those guys staying at Notre Dame and telling those kids, you know, we're not going nowhere. I think it also helped the kids think, okay, we got somebody here that wants to be here, that doesn't just have to be here, you know.
It's interesting because I have never openly said anything negative about Brian Kelly until I saw like Tommy Rees, you know, who's a young guy that I just assumed would want to go to the SEC, give a speech about like, no, I love being here. I'm staying here. This is where I'm going to be. It's like he's supposed to say that, but also I've seen in the past guys be like, hey, that's my guy. I'm fucking out of here. I'm going to the SEC. So I think that was all, let alone the family. I mean, that's going to happen when you go down to the bayou. But there's a lot in that recipe that people do not like Brian Kelly. The way D-Bud explained it earlier is like, yeah, he's got a little prick and a little asshole in him. It's like all those stories are coming out in abundance now at this point. But if he wins, nobody fucking cares, JB.
With all that being said, I think he's a hell of a coach. I think, like I said, I played against the Cincinnati team in college. You see what he did in Notre Dame. People don't like how he left. Obviously, Marcus Freeman stayed and took the head coaching job. I think it obviously worked out for Nick Saban over there. I think it's going to work out for Kelly, not as well, obviously. I think he's a good football coach. A lot of these coaches are assholes, you know, at the end of the day. But they get results. A lot of these CEOs are assholes. A lot of these politics, they get results. As long as you get results, everything will be happening, especially if you're getting, 90, 100 million. Yeah, you can call me what you want.
Hilarious.
On that. Hey, it is a results-oriented business, man. And you know, I wouldn't pay him the money because, like you said, he hasn't earned the results, in my opinion. He's been good. He's been good at every place he's been, but he has nothing to show for it. He ain't won not one natty. And D2 he did, but not no D1 natty. And there's only
you ain't winning natty in Notre Dame.
There's only a couple cats that have
really whoa. Hold on, JB. Hold on one second. Darius, what did you say? You're not going to win a natty at Notre Dame? I think you're set up to win a natty at Notre Dame, aren't you? You're set up to win one.
No. Once we've seen what happened with Notre Dame getting those playoffs. You start bumping.
Yeah, but they still make it in there every day. You know what I mean? They're like set up to win.
Yeah, because they run through that weak schedule every year. And then they get in there, you know, go top four, and then they go and get the brakes beat off of them. So when you go with Kelly, he's moved up, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, and now you're at a spot where, all right, now I can get these same dogs. I can recruit these same guys. So now I'm playing, you know, now I'm in the same fight with the same gun. So it's a different ball game right now. You know, it's a lot of great coaches out there. Shit, Lincoln Riley, he hasn't sniffed the championship. He just got $100 million too. So a lot of people aren't going to win, especially with that buzzsaw down in the SEC. So until you get down there, until you can at least recruit kind of like type players like a Clemson, even Ohio State, I think those guys got a better chance than Notre Dame. You even said it earlier. You're not even recruiting JUCO players in Notre Dame. Like, come on, man.
Okay, so we got to move on. This has been a great conversation, though, and I appreciate both of you in there. And I'm sure Brian Kelly really appreciates us having this talk, too.
Brian Kelly don't give a damn.
He don't give a fuck about except for his family. Except for his family.
Oklahoma gets boat raced too, and that's the thing in the BCS. So they get boat raced every year in the BCS too. So it's kind of it's a weird situation. You know what I mean?